I was listening to a pastor by the name of Torrey Roberts, and he was talking about marriage. And he asked an amazing question that really drew my attention to what he was talking about when he said, what if the greatest gift about marriage is not love, but actually the person you get to become as a result of being in that marriage? So today I want to talk to you about who are you becoming as a result of the relationships that you have. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. When I started looking at my marriage as an institution of transformation, as he said, I started realizing that, oh my gosh, actually this institution has given me so much. It has added so much value into my life. I even started appreciating my husband even more than I was, because I came into marriage believing that my husband should be this and this and that, and never for once did I stop and think about the kind of wife I'm supposed to be to him. I want to be to him, right? I always had all these demands on him. But when I started looking at marriage in a sense of it being an institution of transformation, I realized I've grown so much. My communication has improved. I don't get offended as easily as I used to. There's so much growth that is happening in my life. I mean, personal development. I get to do what I love. I pursue my purpose every single day because of being in this institution. So there's a lot that I started recognizing when I shifted my perspective from just love into the person that I've become as a result of being in this marriage. So for you, the friendships that you have, who are you becoming as a result of the people that you say are your friends who are in your life? After a dinner date or a lunch date or a breakfast date with your friends, who are you inspired to become? Or what do these relationships or these friendships do to your soul? I believe any relationship adds or subtracts something in you. So do your friendships add something in you of value, where you feel inspired, where you feel a lot more positive after having discussions with your friends, or where you feel like you are spiritually matured or spiritually filled as a result of being in a conversation with a friend, or where you feel like before the conversation you were a little bit unstable, you were fuzzy about what's going on in your life, but after you have spoken to your friend, you've got some perspective. What is it that you are getting from the kind of relationships that the friendships or relationships that you have in your life, right? And most importantly, who do people become after encountering you? I believe, like I was saying, so many times we are so focused on what people feed us, right? But we forget to assess what we feed other people. I was telling you just now, when I went into marriage, I went with an expectation of what a husband should be. And I'm not a husband. I didn't have any expectations about who I wanted to be in that relationship, what kind of wife I wanted to be to my husband. But I had all sorts of expectations about what kind of a husband he should be to me. Same with your friends. Maybe we are expecting too much of our friends, but have we ever sat down and thought, what kind of a friend am I? Have you ever sat down and thought, what kind of a friend are you? What are people drawing as a result of having an encounter with you? Are you taking something away from people, or are you filling them up? Are you pumping them to become better? Are you pumping them to become more positive? Are you pumping them to become more at ease and content with who they are? What kind of a friend are you? Who do people become as a result of being in your space? Your colleagues, what are they taking from you? What are you getting from them? So I believe that this is one way that we can start assessing the kind of relationships that we have. You know, that those relationships, every time you get into that space, when you walk out feeling exhausted, and you wonder, why am I so tired? I mean, I was with friends, we let our hair loose, but every time I meet up with this lady or this guy, the next day I cannot function. I'm not myself. I'm either exhausted, I'm emotionally drained, or I just don't have energy for life. But there are those ones where after I have a conversation with this person, even if it's for 10 minutes, I feel pumped up. I feel like I can step into my destiny and start doing the things that I always said I was going to do. What kind of a person am I becoming as a result of the relationships that I find myself in right now? They say you will become like the people that you hang around with. If you look at the people that you hang around with and you listen to the kind of things that they speak about, you end up becoming that person. You end up having that kind of perspective about life. If it's negative people, ultimately you will end up being a negative person unless you can step into that room and you've got strength enough to change the room. Then you better get out, because the little bit of confidence and energy that you have for life right now might be getting drained slowly but surely. Eventually, what do you know? You don't work out anymore, whereas you used to be somebody who loved working out, but you hang around people who diss people who exercise. People will tell you, you're not losing weight, but you're exercising every day, forgetting that your plan maybe was to be fit. You never wanted to lose weight, but because you listen to negativity every day, then you end up leaving the things that kept you alive, that gave you energy for life, because of the people that you're hanging around with. But again, how do people feel every time they've been with you? What kind of a friend are you? What kind of a partner are you? Do you leave your partner drained to a point where they just come in? If you're staying together, they just come in and they sit on their phone the whole time because they just don't want to rub you the wrong way. Or are you that kind of a partner whom your partner will call you excited about something that is happening in their lives, but you are so self-absorbed that, because you are moody today, you will make sure that they know that you are moody. It doesn't matter what good news they're bringing. It doesn't matter whether those good news were supposed to uplift you as well, because maybe you've been praying together for this thing. Now that your partner has achieved and they're trying to share the news with you, you are so cold all of a sudden. Why? Because you are just moody. The energy that your partner used to call you and the love that he or she had when they called you to share these good news just drops. And they wonder, why did I call her? Why did I call him? Why didn't I call my friend? Because now I feel lousy at a moment when I'm supposed to be celebrating. What kind of a partner are you? What kind of energy do you share with people? Do people want more out of life after encountering who you are? Do people feel more at ease with who they are after being in your space? Or are you so condescending that by the time a person leaves your environment, they feel like they are worthless? You make people feel like everything that is you is perfect and worth wanting, and everything that other people have achieved is useless. What kind of a person are you? What is it that you are inputting in people? What is it that you are imparting in people? Who have you become as a result of the relationships that you have right now? You know, that question helped me appreciate the institution of marriage. And I didn't stop there when I realized the impact that it had in my perspective of marriage. But then I started applying that question to all of my relationships. Who have I become as a result of being my parents' child? Because my mom is Ntuding Matlapeng, my dad is Moses Matlapeng. Who have I become because of those two being my parents? That gave me a special appreciation of my parents. Who have I become as a result of the friendships that I have right now? That gave me a totally different perspective about the people who are in my life at the moment. My mentorship, when I looked at it from that point, who am I becoming as a result of this mentorship program that I'm in right now with Ostomy? It gave me a different level of appreciation of this relationship of mentorship. Extending to my extended family, everybody that I get in contact with, as a result of my spiritual family, who am I becoming? Who have I become so far ever since I've been in these relationships? You know, I believe once you assess your relationship by asking that question, then either you'll realize that you are in wrong relationships, or you'll realize that you have lost appreciation for actually the relationships that are quality, that are giving you growth and development. Who have you become as a result of the relationships that are in your life? Who are you becoming even at the moment as a result of these relationships? And most importantly, who are people becoming as a result of being in a relationship with you? I am Pulaa Montz, your inner peace and purpose coach.